gathered, my friends, we are in a little bit of a tussle here with the Austrians. Now, the Austrians don't have a massive empire, but my word, they really are packing some powerful troops. Let's have a look at what I mean here. Look at that. I mean, we look at Swiss line, Swiss Grenadiers, Marines, Hungarian Grenadiers. Look at Royal Hungarian Line Infantry. They really are absolutely packed to the rafters here with some elite troops. There are a majority of their armies. I mean, look at this. Point in case. Look at this. So this army here is going to be the sort of the combat army that will defend Sarajevo. We've then got this army here that can intervene should these gentlemen strike against us. Just move. We can't at the moment. They'll probably be struck here, but it'll drag in one of our most elite units. Oh, there it is. Now, do we intercept here and take the fight? Because that would be a brutal. Or do we try and? They're going to support each other here. If we take this fight, it's going to put us on the back foot because it's going to effectively drain all of our. I think that's what we'll do. Let's move in to take the fight here. Okay, we outnumber them almost 2-1 here, but they have elite troops. Greetings and welcome to episode 15 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Ottoman Empire campaign. First of all, my friends, I'd like to thank all of you for your wonderful advice in the previous episode. It really has absolutely given me a huge amount here to work with. It really has, and the sort of underlying theme, the theme that was running through all of the advice from the council was primarily this, was that we shouldn't be focusing all our sort of resources on sort of our, in inverted commas, our elite troops, because many of you said you're not going to be able to compete with the Austrians. The sort of European troops are always going to be inferior, superior, better I say, we're always going to be sort of slightly inferior until we get later on into technology. So with that said, all of the council who sort of were running with that theme suggested that we sort of load our forces up, our armies, with the troops sort of more with quantity than quality. So in other words, putting those troops here that are on the top tier that we are able to sort of recruit, but building our armies with those, in other words, the human wave sort of effect, the human wave tactic, where we sort of just have 5 or 6 armies in one spot and just keep on throwing men, army after army after army into the enemy until they eventually weaken, and then using our sort of elite armies as a sort of final sort of spear to sort of thrust into the heart of the enemy. There's a quote here by Adam as well, General Ernux. Many of you know Adam. Really did hit a note. Really did chime with me. This, he says, you can't keep being defensive. Smash your way through. While in other campaigns with modern armies you could make a strike with a spearhead, here you use a hammer. So basically what Adam is saying is you need to use sort of blunt force trauma just to bludgeon your way through the lines. That's exactly what we're going to do. That really did strike a chime with me there. So that's what we're going to do. We are now going to start switching away from those elite armies. We've got that core of elite armies. You can see them here. And indeed, this army here, which we're striking against this very powerful Austrian force here. And it is a powerful force, so we're really going to be testing ourselves here, because they are absolutely filled to the rafters here. We've got up against Marines, we're up against Royal Hungarian Grenadiers, we're up against Garrison Guards, Fusilier regiments, the whole kit and caboodle, even Horse Grenadier Guards. But only one 12-pounder, two 12-pounders here. So we've got 18-pounders here, but 4 of them. So that's going to give us that sort of superiority in terms of firepower. But also we've got the risk of the souls. These gentlemen are absolute wonder. There's also another comment by the council saying that our melee troops are second only to the native Indians. Now, those of you who know the native Indian troops, hand-to-hand combat, they are quite simply the finest hand-to-hand fighters in the world, bar none. So if we are that close to them, then we are definitely going to be starting recruiting those sort of melee infantry units that are going to basically charge into them, or if you can use them and get around the flanks and use those armies to strike the flanks of the enemy and just basically just hack and slash and melee our way to victory. That's exactly what we're going to do. Of course, we've got a war with Persia as well we've got to deal with, which we're trying to get an army back to sort of the Persian front. It's going to be a really, really difficult campaign, because of course the Austrians aren't going to give us any breathing space here, so we've got to hold what we've got and hopefully try and get some breathing space before we get ourselves together here. And there has been a call for us to even get sort of a peace treaty with the Austrians. Whether they'll take that, we're not sure, but maybe if we give them a bit of a bloody nose here, that might just think to themselves, you know, the Ottomans aren't going to roll over for us here. So we're going to have to really be on our guard here, but we have to destroy this army. We have to effectively eliminate this army from the battlefield, from the order of battle. If we can do that, then we set ourselves on a good path here. Not only have we wiped out one of the most powerful Austrian armies we have faced thus far, but we also then set ourselves on a fair footing, and indeed these forces will then see themselves, their veterancy rise up. They'll become combat hardened troops, battle hardened troops, and that really does prove its dividends later on in the battle. But of course they've got these heavy cavalry, which are an absolute brute. Now we've got the Mamelukes here, but nothing that's going to face these. We haven't quite reached the research tech tree yet that's going to give us our heavy cavalry, and once again we are far behind on research. We are trying with all our might to try and get the research up and running as quickly as possible, but as you can imagine, it is just not possible with what we've had to start from. The base we had to start from was incredibly low. Now, enough of my talking, my friends, enough of my jabbering. Let's begin. We've got blunderbuss, so we have to be very careful. Their range is only 55. So they have to get quite close for that, but we're going to have to really be on our guard here. The Riskers of Souls will probably be pivotal in this fight, and many of you think, well, matter, they're melee, but they're berserker infantry. They don't break. They don't have any fear at all, and that makes them, as this description says here, very, very dangerous indeed. Let's do this, my friends. What a battle here. Remember, we've taken the battle to fight to the Austrians. We've said to them, you come into our territory, and even if you outnumber us, even if you have the superior troops, we shall not back away. We shall not give you an inch, sir. I can assure you, we're not backing away from them. We shall not show a single ounce here of fear or cowardice. I can assure you, we shall battle them face to face. And if needs be, we will throw those human waves in. We are going to be throwing those human wave armies in, believe me. Oh, look at that. The topography here is beautiful. Look at that there. We're on this slope here that's going to prove absolutely fantastic here for us. Dare I say, the depth here is decent, and so is the length of the battlefield here, of our deployment zone at least, but we're going to have to really be on our guard here. If we're going to have our guns on this slope here, it isn't a great slope, but it does give us protection of the trees here, and it might, and we could even put the Riskers of Souls here, right on the flanks here, and they could even move along this area here and be hidden in these trees. If they can hide the Riskers of Souls in these trees, my goodness me, we can absolutely pounce on them, sir. Now, let's set our guns up. These are going to be absolutely crucial. Now, we know we've only got round shot here. We don't have any of the technology yet that gives us that extra sort of panache, that extra firepower for the explosive shot. We've got canister shot, but that's only if they get really, really close. So let's set these gentlemen up here. We're going to probably set them on the apex here of this hill here. Are they hidden? Oh, oh, oh, they are indeed, sir. Are they still hidden? Yes, they are. Look at that. Oh, this is an absolute joy to see. So we're just going to keep pounding away here. We've got the... Fortunately, we've brought in the firepower here with us. So that's obviously going to see us quite... I do like those swords. They are fantastic. It's hopefully going to see us be able to at least add some suppressing fire. And look at the range. Look at the range. It's huge. The range all up here. All the way up here. That is massive. So there's no way they can escape us here. We can pound them from a distance, and that's good. That's good to know. General here. Bring the general back into here. And it's beginning to rain. Marvellous. I do love the Ottoman bodyguards. Look at that. Ah, thunder as well, my friends. Thunder and lightning. And now the rain is starting to pour down. But we shall remain vigilant. We'll have the Israelis, I think, on the defensive, as it were. Remember, we are attacking. So we need to set ourselves up very well here. And they're hidden as well, which is always good to see. And at least surprise the enemy. We've got to use our forces here. Oh, gentlemen, please. And look at the range here of these Israelis. Absolutely huge. Steady horsemen. We'll just pull these gentlemen out from here just for a moment. Put them over here. Gentlemen, thank you. They really are. We do have some very experienced troops here as well. Are they not hidden? Excuse me, my friends, but if we do pull them in a little bit closer, will they be hidden here? No. That's absolutely fine. But at least the enemy will know that we're not going to be giving up this hill without a fight. 7th Order, there they are. Let's pull these gentlemen into the hill as well. Have to extend out. Our defensive line will be extensive, but we've got to also have a force that's going to move out against them. Now this hill here could prove a little bit of a problem. We'll discuss that in a moment. We've got some more horsemen here. We're going to have to pick a side that we're going to have to move upon. The main problem is dealing with those heavy cav. Now I know that some will say, well Matt, actually we could put these into the line. We could insert these cannon into the line in case they move against us. I think that's what we'll do. We'll slightly alter here our preparations here. Let's insert some of these gentlemen into the line here. We're going to alter our preparations here. And we'll put the sort of Israelis around a little bit too close. Excellent. So we can use that canister shot right in the face of the Austrians if possible. Oh my goodness, we're absolutely throwing it down now. Look at the weather here. It's absolutely abysmal. God, look how dark the skies have gone. Good grief. I think we'll also put... Let's take these gentlemen out of the line here a second. Put them here. We have the Israelis on this flank here as well, so we have to... No, gentlemen, please. Thank you. Then we might put 2 guns into here. Or actually, we could stretch the line right out here and have a defensive force. Might be the best option for us in terms of our overall defensive plan. So we'll have 1 gun here. We've got to really make our fire support count here. We've got... Ah, there they are. We shall use these gentlemen here. So again, we can extend our line, and it might even show them that we don't fear them at all. We're prepared to take the fight to them. We'll actually put another gun here on this flank. Like it. And whom do we... Now we've got a strike force. We've got to take our most potent forces with us. Now these, I think we'll have these here, the Order, Janissary musketeers. They'll be taking this flank. Oh, gentlemen, please, let's have some discipline. That's much more. Gentlemen. Cute. I love the sort of the range they've got, these forces. Also, we do have fire by rank, which is going to prove vital for us. My goodness me, this weather is abysmal, sir. Absolutely abysmal. Now, we've got to put a strike force together. We have to take the fight to them. But this is going to be the key issue here. Where do we strike from? I think because this is the open, remember we've got this sort of village hamlet here. We don't want to break up, and also this hill here, as you can see it, is what I call sort of one of these step hills. It has these ridges here. This breaks up your deployment. We're going to keep away from this flank here. We'll have to keep. We'll have a strike force, but we've got to get these Riskers of Souls into the battle. We really do, because they just do not care. We've got nowhere to hide them, so what we'll have to do is I think we'll strike from this flank here. Put the Riskers of Souls here. Move them into the trees when we can. We'll be taking Mamelukes with us. Actually, we'll use some Delhi horsemen to go with them. I want to try and keep. I know we've got to try and protect our flanks. The Mamelukes will actually be staying back. We need some kind of defensive force in terms of the mobility they're going to give us. They're going to be here. I do look at the Mamelukes. What a wonder! It really is a joy to see. We need heavy cavalry though, so we really need to get this heavy cavalry. Now, our strike force is going to move out. I think we'll definitely have the two grenadiers regiments. They shall also strike out here. We've got to hit them hard here. Actually, what we'll do, we'll hide. Can we hide them in these outcrop here? Indeed, we can. Two grenadiers. And we'll have this order here as well of musketeers. I look forward to the day when we have our European equivalent troops here. Look at this, all hidden on this flank here. Very nice indeed. We do need some additional defensive forces, with which we are fighting a very, very strong Austrian force. To that end, we do need reinforcements in case they move against us here. We can't be throwing everything we've got at them. Unless we put the Riskers of Souls here. And if the Austrians move against us here, we can use the Riskers of Souls and cut them down on those trees there, because I think that's what we might do though. I think the Riskers of Souls are probably better on this flank over here. So we'd have a small strike force here with these Delhi horsemen moving out, and we'll have the Riskers of Souls on this flank here, because they can be hidden here. And if they're hidden, that's going to prove far more deadly when they attack. So we'll protect this flank as well, just in case they move through. If they move through, we'll absolutely pounce on them here. Start tearing them to shreds. We've also managed to pull in some reinforcements, which is always good to see. But remember, we are up against elite forces here. We've only got this, so we've got to try and do this as best we can here. Let's begin. As I suspected, look at that. That's where the main army is here. We can catch them on the hoof here. Give them canister shot. Give them canister shot, lads. The rain here is absolutely ridiculous. Good grief, you cannot see anything here at all. Gone. Oh, the rain here is absolutely ludicrous. Absolute joy. Come on, he's broken. Gotta shatter him. Have to shatter him here. Get back in formation. Get back in formation, lads. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. Gone. Into square, lads. Get in there, lads. Oh, they've had enough. That's it. Get it. We're gonna roll them up. They've broken. Don't stand there, lads. Get in there. That's it, lads. Put them on it. Now that's a fight, sir. Lads. Oh, look at this. Butcher. All guns. Ceasefire. Riskers of Souls are absolute monsters, sir. Let's see what you've got, sir. Of course they're wavering. They've been absolute bludgeons, sir. Oh, what a fight that was. We absolutely blitzed this Austrian army. Have at you, sir. Have at you. Yes, we did it. What a fight that was. Oh, what a fight. We lost 900, they lost 2,053. All they've got is 135 men left. That was an absolute butcher's yard. Look at the deadly horsemen. Wow, man, look at the Riskers of Souls. It's a joy to see. Wow. We absolutely obliterated them. That was absolutely fantastic. Let them come for us. Let them come for us soon. These, oh, look at that. What a joy that was. What a joy. I'll get some of these, at least some of them up to full, but my God, what a fight that was. We gave them a damn good thrashing there. If we can get some other armies in here that are sort of mixed in terms of their quantity and quality. This force, unfortunately, we've got to deal with these somehow. Also, port security has been an issue, has been raised as well by the council. We've got to get our ports up and running here, but with the Persians moving against us as well, there's a good chance they're going to start striking here. Baghdad is by itself, and also Venice. Many of the council saying you've got to get some troops in here because Venice will probably declare war upon you very, very soon. So we've got to get some troops into Egypt as well if possible. We're coming in 12,530. That's not too bad at all. Most of our trade is open here, apart from the Prussia and Savoy, which is a little bit of a menace. I wonder if we can get peace here with the Austrians now that we have actually given them a thrashing. Let's see. Ah, well, would you look at that? Ah, indeed, sir. And that is going to, yes, we shall take that. We shall take that. Now look at that. It's going to give us time now to finally give ourselves some recuperation. Do we divert this force by ship all the way around to Persia? Because this force has proven itself rather valuable here on this front, and also we've lost the school here, which is a bit of a bugbear there, isn't it? But let's get it back up and running here. Now we've got the trade. 13,702, not bad at all. Ah, we've also requested that we actually reduced the tax levels down for nobility to nothing at all to get the towns growing very, very quickly indeed. As you can see here, look at that. It's already growth is going to shoot through the roof. Hopefully, yes, indeed, sir. Have we given ourselves a slight reprieve here? Could we then move this force, perchance, by boat all the way around to here? Now, over the Crimea. Ah, the eagle-eyed council has once again shown that Kiev has actually been taken by the Crimean. I didn't even see that. The Crimean Khanate have taken Kiev. That's a real blow for the Russians. My goodness me. Can we get peace with Persia now, perchance? Let's have a look. Looks like they're going to move against us pretty aggressively, I would say. This force will probably be able to hold, especially with organ guns. But we do need additional forces in here as well. We've got to watch out for Venice as well. That's going to prove a real problem for us. But we've got ourselves a slight reprieve here. We might have to move this force once it's replenished to deal with the Persians here. And that's just something we'll have to deal with. But the Crimean Khanate is growing in strength, and that does bode well for us. Now, can we get trade with anyone else? No. Hopefully this might just enable us to sort of really double down here on getting our relationship with Austria. Come on, man, for goodness sake, man. Austria into the plus here. If we can get into the plus with them, it'll give us a chance to build up a very strong force here, and also begin to replenish these buildings here as well, and these ports, and get ourselves some armies that are actually going to help us out here, and get all these replenished and repaired as well here. Get things flowing back into the coffers, and we might even have to send this force here back through, but via ship. We might have to send it back through into Ankara. But let's end the turn. Let's see what comes of this. How's our research? Our research here has stopped here in Podgorica. Oh, look at that. Only one here for utilitarianism. Oh, good grief, my speech is not going well here today. We have got a lot of things going on. We're trying to get Iron Master's Forge. Thankfully we have got Nizam, which will prove dividends here in the end. We're trying to move down to reorganised procurement to get Army Viserate. Army Viserate will give us Nizam here, which will be an absolute wonder, and also the heavy cavalry as well, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Lancers, wonderful. But anyway, let's try and hold our nerve here. Let's end the turn. Let's see what Persia does. Wait a minute. If you make that 1,000, we're not gonna go too mad here. Yep, that's fine. Just 1,000. I know it seems like we're giving quite a lot away, but we want to stay on the positive side here with Britain. France. Let's see if Austria just backs away from us a little bit, gives us some breathing space here. I'm still of the mindset that because we gave them that thrashing in that battle, that made them think, hang on a minute, wait a minute, that was just a little bit more than we were expecting. Now let them reinforce, let them move their forces away, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to continue to grow our forces here. Spain, very powerful here, Spain. Ooh. Prussia, Poland, we're just letting that war there. Look at that, Poland, absolutely. Looks like Russia stepping in to help Poland. But what are they doing against the Crimean Khanate? Nothing at the moment. Wow. There's Persia. They're going to move against us pretty soon, I would dare say. Oh no, they're not. Well, I'll be. Crimean Khanate starting to grow in strength here. Don't you dare, Venice. Don't you dare. No, they haven't. Maybe the trade here with them is keeping them on. Oh, indeed, sir. We'll just show them we're not going to be backed away from that. We can't replenish and repair any of these here because obviously there's going to be a fight here, but we've got to get these troops. You all look at that. We've got to get these gentlemen, I think, onto a boat here. This sloop here. Here. Now, port security is also going to be very crucial to us here. We are going to do is we're going to move to here. If they want to fight, then we'll oblige. Now you will pay, sir. Now you will pay with everything we've got here. Demi cannons, no. 24 pounders, 18 pounders, I beg your pardon. 2 more of those. Some Mamelukes as well. What have we got in this army here? Let's make sure we've got. So we've got Royal Mamelukes. The Delhi Horsemen really did prove their worth. We're going to have to start shipping troops into the battle here. Right, without fail, these gentlemen have to be replenished. This army really has proven its worth here. It's probably going to be our main strike force, but at the moment we're going to replenish and repair what we have here to get that money flowing in. Got the fort here as well, which we might have to fall back upon. That's a strong force there, but we do have our own forces here as well. We have to start recruitment here of what the council suggested. Let's have a quick look what's going on here. So we're going to have to send these sloops as well to keep our trade coming in. We're just going to put them by here so they can hopefully get through next. Ah, excellent. We've got to be able to direct. Government by consent. I don't think that's really what we're going to look for here from Konya. I think carcass shot. But howitzers, we don't have any gunnery schools just yet. What if we start to improve our naval facilities here? That's research, that's ready to go. Flintlock. There. Let's start to improve what we have here as well. Just start to build up our forces here in the Middle East as well. We've got this force here in Baghdad, but still. Pikemen were also recommended to us. We'll take the council's advice there with that. Istanbul has now got a great arsenal up here, so that should allow a late. Yes, it does. £24. Look at that. £24 at last. We really are battling against everything. All the odds here. What's our? It's down to minus 86 now. Hopefully we can get this into a different, hopefully to, maybe indifferent or even friendly at some point. That would be wonderful to see, but keep this army here, get this army to full strength. It shouldn't take too long. They didn't take that many casualties. And then we're going to move it into the front lines here. And we're also going to keep building this army up here. But also keep some other armies coming into the field as well. Those sort of that high quantity of armies here. Well done, Crimean Incarnate. Well done, sir. We're just going to keep this gentleman on on the board here so we can keep a track of the enemy's movements.
Yerime gidiyorum. Emirleriniz?
They have moved troops away here, but they haven't moved these here. These are quite clearly looking to strike against us. That's why we need to keep this army here, probably here, just in case. But we're going to start to increase our troop count and our army counts all along in the Middle East as well, probably in Ankara as well. It's going to see another army being put together. That'll give us 3 additional forces here, and the rest can be another some more, and then we'll start looking to get those other troops in as well. Pity we can't get any more Riskers of Souls because they really are. We've got one here. 10,000. Growth is starting to really expand quite nicely here. Let's do one more turn here, my friends, and we'll probably end this episode here. But I have to admit, I have enjoyed this episode very, very much, especially that fight. My goodness me, we taught the Austrians a real lesson or two there. They fought with great panache, our armies there. What a wonder. We don't have metal roads here either. Do we have the technology? We do, so we've got to get the roads up, but we've got to get infrastructure up and running here as well, because the infrastructure is way behind here as well. So we've got to invest in the infrastructure. Let's take a turn here. This will be the last turn here, my friends. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, because my goodness me, what a wonder this has been. Now, Austria is hopefully moving forces away from us. Oh, don't do it. Don't you do it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That right there is declaring war upon us. They're going to declare war upon us straight away there. Well, I'll be damned. That lasted about 2 years. God, Austria really has sending in everything they've got to try and break that port. Prussia, I beg your pardon. Russia. Here they come. Here they come. They're coming. Yep, they're coming for Baghdad. There it is. There it is. We're going to have to fight that army. Don't do it, Venice. Don't do it. Here they come. Here they come. Excellent. Yeah, we know. Don't worry, we're going to be taking the fight to them. If they think we're going to be standing here just twiddling our thumbs while we wait for them to attack, not a chance. If they want to fight, then we'll oblige. Look at that though. Look at that force there. They're coming for us here. Make no bones about it. That's a force that's coming straight for us. So I think what we are going to do is we're going to pull out of here.
İleri marş. Ek emirleri bekliyorum. Efendim.
This army's almost at full strength, but I'll be damned if we're going to be... they'll probably head straight for Athens, I expect. If they do that, then we'll have to get a ship in. I think actually we'll prepare for that. We'll have to get a ship in. And we'll have to move it into place. preparation is going to be key here, because if they move this force down into Athens, we're going to have to get a ship in to intercept. But we just got to give this army time to replenish and repair. If we can get this army fully replenished, we'll at least give ourselves a chance here of deflecting another attack. It's quite clearly the Austrians are going to attack us here. Quite clearly they're going to attack us. What else we need? Israelis have performed very well for us. We are going to start recruiting these. Look at these. We'll get some of these gentlemen as well, I think. We'll start putting the council's plans into full effect here, starting to get those armies up and running that are going to really start pushing back against our foes here. That's going to include melee infantry as well. But our last is to fight these gentlemen here and take the fight to them. We've lost a few here because of the siege, like 3 men are being killed here, but still we're going to take the fight to them. We also not back off. We've got the organ gun, we've got mortars, we've got 18-pounders, we've got plenty of troops here, we've got the Janissaries as well. That'll take the fight to them. We've got plenty of Israelis as well, so we're going to really take the fight to the Persians. Hopefully this fight will teach them a lesson as well, and they'll go for a peace treaty with us, which means we'll give our time just a little bit of breathing space. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I'd like to thank all of you for your wonderful advice. It really has helped keep this campaign where it is on an even footing, because still is a chance that we're going to get absolutely pinned in here, because Austrians are quite clearly going to attack us next turn, and that's going to happen. I mean, next time we go, we change it. After this battle, we can guarantee the Austrians are going to move against us because they've put that army there ready. But we've backed away from it. We've given ourselves that time to get that other army up and running, get it back to full strength. Looks like it'll be sent straight into battle. Now, if we can keep picking away at the Austrian armies bit by bit, and keep ourselves on the front foot, keep our armies in good order, we may be able to get those other armies we want, those ones of quantity not quality, up and running. We can be able to just batter our way through the Austrians, but that's a long way in the future. But anyway, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, please keep your comments coming down below, whatever it is, whatever you want, whatever you think, and any ideas, whatever, any plans, whatever they are, put them in the comments, because they've been absolutely vital. They really, really have. We're going to take this fight next episode, hopefully hold on to Baghdad, because we need to hold on to Baghdad, we really do. It's a key anchor here in the Middle East for us. Hopefully we can repel these, get some more forces into Baghdad, start building up our forces here to battle against Persia. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.